Shalom, family. Glory be to God, and blessed be the Lamb. I don't usually get into contemporary affairs. I avoid them, as a matter of fact, especially as right at the face of it. Let's not dance around it. Here's a brawl involving non-citizen whites, Russians, to be exact, and black folk. The Russian white guy slapped a black guy, and a 6-person or 8-person brawl ensues. Now, the only people arrested are black people, Gentiles, because they will never see it on their own. Even as it's happening in real time, they will always have an excuse and a reason and an explanation as to why the white perpetrator has not been arrested. This is not the first time we've seen this. It's going to take an uproar. So here's the latest reasoning. Now, you keep in mind, it's 4 black people already in jail. They know who the perpetrators are who are white. Now, here's their reasoning. And your gun's drawn and put some handcuffs on him like you did everybody else. But that's just a side point. That's just a side point because we all know that this is due to the social order and the social structure. One built on racial caste as well as racism. So here's what will happen. Here's what already has happened. You have can you initiate contact, slap somebody, and you are the very one who don't go to jail because someone knocks your ass out. And the message is, what is the intent? Are you into semantics? Because sometimes I can be into semantics. Let's look at the visual of it first. The whole country see the fight on film, who did what, but the country also see that the only people arrested is black. Holy smoke. And then you post their mugshots, Negro as an American. Even though the Negro takes on, like they say, a special place in America. They serve a special purpose here. And I've been trying to figure out what that place and what that purpose is, but it's becoming increasingly clear. Seems to me it's for you to take out your frustrations on black folk. When they built none of your policies that made it this way, issue no proclamations that made it this way. Someone who can't see the obvious, refuse to see the obvious to the point that you have to, you must, God, indulge me. That the other people must indulge you in your madness. In your madness, you insist that they be secondary citizens. You insist. And what's the third message? What is the? Are you now saying again? Well, you said it over and over and over and over and over and over. This is why the niggas is absolutely not shocked by this. And I think that was his girlfriend with him, wife, whatever it was. She was involved in the brawl. Now she was looking at the sky. I seen mutual combat. What charge? He, she, initiated the violent assault. And then things went sideways. And because it's like I said, I'm gonna go right at the head of the bull here. But because you are so inflamed by, maybe they would meet a righteous spirit along the way, cause they spirit have been knocked the hell out of them. It's been knocked the hell out of them. I mean that in more ways than one. Whatever, hey, that spirit has been knocked, has been disembodied. She knocked the hell out. You might get lucky. You might get lucky before you come back to consciousness. And I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it is. They cray. They crazy. Act like they're crazy. And you should give crazy people a wide berth. Plenty of space. A wide berth and plenty of space. They can be self-destructive. But that's not the point either. That's not the point. The point is, why are we shocked by this? I mean, the exposure of it is good because what it does, it becomes an part of the portfolio. Well, sir, here is the proper retort to that. Oh, we're not going to talk to him. We have no. In fact, give us a list of questions that you don't want us to ask, because his ass is finna face these handcuffs, and he's already been knocked the fuck out once. Does he offer resistance? Let us know, cause we are fully prepared to knock his ass out again. And then hang the phone up. And then think about it a minute. Hold on. Let me call it arraigned like everyone else. Or does he have diplomatic immunity? Exactly what we got going on here. Who is this guy from Russia? Sorry, Russia. I don't have a hard spot for you. But this is a private citizen. And again, I only say that under presumption, because we don't know. Are you a Russian, say, member of their parliament, maybe? A member of one of the lower houses? A member of the United Nations? Let us be clear. You're crazy. But it's the optics of it. To this day, 2025, it is the optics of it. And the reasoning why, when it really doesn't matter about the reason, because every situation that we see this in, you always have a reason. You have a mouth, you have a brain, you can formulate an excuse through reasoning. And this is what you do. And without saying it out loud, that you insist that none of us would openly choose this. You have to recognize that the whole social strata and the social culture and the social ranking is all a creation of the Gentile, of them. We ain't never did it until we met them. It's a whole host of shit that Negroes didn't involve themselves in until we met them and them other Gentiles. And they have become something else. They have become something else. That's not a moral judgment. It is a fact. It's not one based on the known morality of right and wrong. It's not based on that. It is a fact. We've watched it. It has been studied. It has been written of. You can't argue with it. I don't argue. It's a couple of things I'm not going to argue about or with. One of them is facts, and the other one is numbers, and another, and another. Shit, man, we get three. What we get on average 2 to 3 of these a year. Probably more happen, but these just happen to be blown up because of the videos that are got out from personal cameras. If there was not personal cameras, we wouldn't know anything about it because most of your businesses would be in on the fix and they wouldn't say a word. They cameras seen it all. And whatever the police said, say and do, creations of law, using both your institutions and your systems. You know that is the very definition of racism. You know what the real, you know, when I don't use the word racism lightly because I factor in biasness. First, there's biasness, and then there is prejudice, and then there's racism. To practice true racism, you must institutional racism versus any racist on the street is this. The racist on the street will be dead at some point, no matter what we do to save him. No matter what we try to do to save this gentleman, at some future point he will be dead. This, this is my simple function of the process. Okay? We can work as hard as we want to give them all of the best and the best medicine and the best insurance and the best. At the end of the day, sir, I gotta tell you though, cases, studies and researches and patterns. That's what makes an institution a institution. The employees within, they will die, but the paperwork will be left right there for the next institutionalist to pick up where they left off with its own built-in systems of understandings, functions, how it operates, its processes. That's all very much alive. And these processes and functions and these procedures will then dictate nothing. It can't. It can't change. What the hell are you talking about? It can't change. Okay? Not within the system that you have now. It can't change. Nothing can. Nothing can. You know, if you're looking for, change coming from the government or the private corporations, or even on an individual level in terms of America, stop it. Stop it. You do yourself. It's none of my business. It really isn't. I thought it was at one point, but it's not. It's not. We can call that growth, be it spiritual or otherwise. Anyway, we're not shocked. And as they try to get ahead, and then they're going to go through so many twists and turns because they're going to have another new news conference. Why is it even news? Well, where they'll make some more words, create some more, muddy the water up again when you by any other functionary or resident or citizen of the United States. That's the first point you prove, and you send it loud and clear. The second one that you ought to prove is that black men specifically have no right to even self-defense. So niggas, I want you to understand from here on out, anybody who ain't you have at least the expressed right to slap the shit out of you. And if you defend yourself, your ass is going to jail. And you best to have your ID. You best to have your enforcement of your security, of your subconscious security mechanisms emotionally. Nigga, we already know this here. How many crimes have black men committed against any other race? In just Harris County, let's just go down Harris County, but I can go nationwide. Tell me, I want y'all to hear me well. How many crimes have black men committed against other races of people? I'll wait. Yeah, there's an occasional jugging, whatever. I didn't want to go here, or do I want to go here? We got all kinds of things going on here, man. I mean, you make me want to go. Oh boy, y'all gonna make everybody hate me, dude. Y'all gonna make everybody hate me. But I gotta call a spade a spade. It ain't due to the individual, it's due to the social order and those who act within that social order. Then I have to call a spade a spade. So who is the police chief? A woman. What? You just gonna make me say it? I'm forced to ask, who does she speak for? Who does she speak for? But now I'm all up in the social order and its subcultures and its preferences and its already made choices that that I have no right to be in. These are already made choices. I'm talking about the social order itself. It's made up of pure dysfunction, make-believe equalities. Make-believe. It's the concept. Okay? Now let me see if I can get the right words here. And give me a moment. Damn. Reality is what you see. It is what you perceive. You believe what you perceive. Get it? That's step one. You believe what you perceive. Because you believe it, it now has more life kind as rats. And so I stopped doing that. But you've been watched. They know what you're going to do next, how you're going to do it, who you're going to do it to, who you're going to do it with. Okay? Everybody knows. The only people who don't realize this are those who don't understand this. Everybody knows it's the connective tissue between the physical realm and the spiritual realm. They all know. But because you only exist, or they only force you to exist in the physical realm, then you keep reacting to shit that was actual power. America needs an exorcism. Okay? America needs a mass exorcism. And you can tell them I said it. I wasn't going to go there, but we're going there this morning. America needs an exorcism. America needs to go on a multi-million-dollar study that involves study and research and the hiring of priests and the training of more priests and more priests and more priests and anybody that's soaking wet. He brings it by the gallon. He brings it by the gallon. He may fail at the removal, but you will be taking a bath. Shit, you will be taking a bath. But all bullshit aside, I'm serious when I say that. You don't see the repetitive nature of their existence, how everything is stuck in repeat, how nothing actually really changes. That's not normal. People get older and path. I'm off the beaten path. No one is shocked by this, and whatever value that it has is newsworthy. But on the other hand of it, this is more evidence as to why we must separate from them with our money, because this is never going to stop. Indeed, up until recently, and it took me a long time to come to this conclusion, but I had to see the connective tissue. It can't stop. The entire system is built on it. It is institutionalized. You would have to separate them at that level for at least a generation, if not more. And it would cause a war anyway. They lose, but still, who wants their blood on their hands? Who really wants their blood? Because these fools here, anyway, it's not going to end. It's not going to stop. This is why I say separate reparations and separation. It's not because it's something that, I don't know, and white supremacy starts in the institutions and the systems and the government, and it extends outward throughout the society. First with the masses of the white supremacist minded white people, and then to those who would bow down and succumb and subserviate themselves to that system, be it for jobs, be it out of fear, be it out of wanted favoritism, be it out of wanting benefits or privilege. It doesn't matter to believe in it. Like they said, starting in the 90s, by the year 2040, white people are going to be the minority. And by 2005, they were noticing low sperm counts. Why are you going looking around in people's sperm anyway? Well, I get it, but anyway, everybody ain't meant to have babies. The hell is wrong with you? Sometimes you can know too much, and then you write all this shit, and then you start like an idiot. And Americans are prone to it. It is think of it as a character flaw. It's a character flaw. They are prone to it. They can't just accept the data. No, the data has to feel like something. I guess they have to give the data substance. But the minute that they do, it changes their objectivity from one of being objective into one of being subjective. I'm missing the API pack. I mean, I don't know what to do with it besides look at the data, add it up. 1 + 1 equals other 2, and then spit out the answer to the data that I just received as an equation. What else you want me to do? No, you want me to feel some way. You you want me to be mad about the data, not just the data, but the possible outputs of the data. And if I don't show you the proper emotional response, then there's something wrong. Maybe even that all deaf, and we make them all speechless. Shit. And then even we be quiet. Let them make war now. Shit. They talk too much. They always end up killing and fighting each other or otherwise harming each other. All due to words. Not one action happens without words first. Damn, shut up already. Shut up. But anyway, this is nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing to be seen here. And get beer muscles and slap somebody. And not expect retaliation. It's just that in this case, you bumped into the wrong Negroes, wrong bar, wrong state, wrong. And the stars lined up for you. See, if you would have been somewhere in, say, the deep South, sir, I can name several towns where you would have gotten away with that. And them Negroes would have walked off, understanding that the laws is gonna come and they gonna blame them. The laws ain't gonna go to him first that just slapped him. They gonna go to them and ask him $1,000 if he's charging you right for this simple crime, for the simple crime of a brawl, a bar fight that happened to spill outside and you get knocked the fuck out. So now you ended up anywhere from 26 to $30,000. That's right off the button. That's right off the button. And by the way, if they choose to sue the city in which they have immunity, I'm sure. But I believe in us suing them in spite of their immunity. It means that I'm going to take the money from them that they made. Citizens and his cohort was laying flat on their back, looking up at an American sky. That's the last thing they seen. Wrapped up in legalities. The rest of you enjoy the rest of your morning. I am Source. I am 7. I am 1.